The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. For the most intriguing wrestling stories and info on independent shows in multiple regions, nobody does it like We Talk Wrestling. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the entire crew every Tuesday at 7 p.m. as they bring their takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and news on the #1 fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Visit them at facebook.com/WrestleTalkPodcast and at WrestleTalkCast on YouTube and X.
All of us here show appreciation and love to our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation as well as protect and serve us every day. Thank you for all you do.
Get ready for episode number 164 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. As Rough Cut, Rick Ruby, and the Gem City Mouth, Zmiz, review the past week in the world of professional wrestling, including the big week of live events in St. Louis, and recapping All Elite Wrestling's latest premium live event, WrestleDream!
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the show, buckle up tight. Rough cut, Rick Ruby in the spotlight. Gem City Mouth is breaking it down. Best wrestlers podcast in this town. Blood and sweat in every word. Echoes of the ring, haven't you heard? Wrestling tales, raw and true. Podcast alive, bringing it to you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome here on another Sunday night where we're getting ready to have some fun. Absolutely. It's episode number 164 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. And we welcome you all here. Goodness. I just had to do a quick run. I just forgot about something. I'm like, oh, crap. I had to take care of something real quick as the intro was going. So catching my breath a little bit as I'm a little bit old and out of shape, but I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here on the left, and of course to the right, my other co-host, and of course a guy with always a style of his own, the Gem City Mouth, Zmiz, and Z.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we got Herb watching here, man.
Mr. Herb.
Hey, man, Z,
Mr. Herb.
Hey, man, I don't know about you, but
What's up?
I want to see about getting that song as like a ringtone.
Yeah, dude, that new theme you put together is amazing. That's really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we could make fun of you for calling an AEW pay-per-view a PLE. Because it's still a pay-per-view to them, damn it.
Let's get under Tony Khan's skin. Because
That's funny.
make him go play with his figures again. We're like, I'm going to get you.
That's all he is. That's all he is. He's just a young Vince McMahon. People don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Maybe not the weird part of Vince McMahon, but he is definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely one of a kind. Let's just leave it.
Hey, I respect him, man. I had to make my own wrestling promotion up in a video game in my mom and dad's basement. I still do it with my kids occasionally now. But Tony Khan luckily had a dad with more money that he could make his own wrestling promotion and do play a figure. So respect.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
Not mad at him.
Right. Well, if you are watching this, guys, make sure that you are sharing the show, wherever you're at. Of course, always follow, like, and subscribe. Remember, you can always scan the QR code to let you know where we're at online. So I mean,
You know what you should do with that QR code too? You need to add
I think
in
real
both.
nice and no more. Sorry,
Is there our T-shirts in there? Like
no, not yet.
we
But
need to add a woke channel so we can get right to woke with them.
that's right. Yeah, you mean you going to the wokebrand.com and maybe possibly just for the time being scan these QR codes where you can get our shirts for either Falls Count Everywhere or for We Talk Wrestling. So uh, that's where you want to go to get the best shirts going, right?
Man,
At
my
least I think they
computer
are.
is running slow.
I may be. I may be.
I
Kind
like them. I like them. I like them a lot. Don't fool yourself. Oh, Terry and his group of that we woke did a really good job with both of our shirts.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And of course, also to help with reformatting of our logo too. So,
Yeah,
and having to.
Rush is the dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I'm actually trying to see if we're actually live. Are we live on Facebook? Hopefully, we are.
Yeah, we're live on Facebook.
Says we're live. I don't know.
Legitimately trying to share it out right now, and my computer is just running super like
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm
running
trying
like
to share it too, and it's like I'm just trying to look for. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. And I could just share the show with. Just say
so. What
we
do you
all
should do right now?
live now.
Herb, I see you. You shared the show. What's up, dude? Herb's the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we got some viewers. We're going to have some more in. Or of course, right now, X is coming right in here. But just remember the wokebrand.com. That's WHOAQ brand.com. And it's not just our shirts that's there. He's got a lot of other great stuff there as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah.
go check him out.
He has his own designs of shirts. This is my boy Rush's whole thing. So I'm proud to rock the woke brand affiliate. I know you are.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
talked
No,
about it.
I'm proud of it. I mean, Frank Murphy from Classic St. Louis Wrestling Programs has actually got that. And I actually got one of the shirts and an online testimonial, most comfortable shirt he's ever had. So
He said it on air too.
you said it on there too, and I didn't have to pay the guy. So so
You need to start seeing those shirt merches out there. Like, send us your best shirt merch pick on X. On if you have the merch from us, send us your best location where you took the shots. I don't care if it's at a wrestling show, if it's on a hike with your girl, your gal, your dude, whoever you're with, taking a walk and you're just rocking the merch. Like, let's see those photos.
or if you're just chowing down at a restaurant, I don't care. Don't get any barbecue sauce on it or whatever the hell you eat. So
I mean, it's your property after you buy it from us. I don't care what
yeah, I
you do.
know. That's
You
true.
support it.
Just hate to get something so beautiful stained. You know what I mean? At least
True.
Yeah, not that one anyway. But also, guys, remember, we've got, of course, changes here. We'll talk about some upcoming changes, but one show that we will tell you that is upcoming this Saturday. Of course, SICW is at the Iron Knight Shriners Temple. That's a great annual show that they put on. So that's over in East St. Louis, Illinois. Make sure you go to SICW Wrestling Explosion, or you can follow Herb Simmons on Facebook to get more information on that show. So I heard about a match announced tonight that, tell you what, Glenn Williams, though, he's the dude. He's had a really eventful month in October. Apparently, there's going to be a steel cage match now where he has to defend against Bobby D on a return match. But New York rules in the cage match. Only way you can win. And this, I am so for this, and I'm so glad he put this in here. You can only win by escape only.
Yes, that's how you're supposed to win a cage match.
Supposed to win it, man. So,
Ain't no. Is that for SICW? Is that what you said?
SICW. So
Okay. We were shocked talking about this, and I'm like, wait a minute, where's Glenn's going to there to?
No. Yeah, I know. It's just I for some reason I couldn't find no artwork. I don't know. Maybe I didn't do my homework, and I'm a bad boy. But
that's okay. We're talking about it.
Yeah, we're talking about it though. But this here is where I will be at though for the ACW Super Show, where it's the main event. Uh, well, big attraction is the Gauntlet of Glory match. It's a two-ring wrestling event. There will be ACW World Title implications here, no matter what. So you could be ending up as the number one contender, or in earlier tonight, if the title is still vacated, then the vacant title going to this match, the winner of that will become the ACW World Champion. So, and I'm in it. So let's see if I can become a 3-time champion. Let's just see. You know, yeah. A ladies tag
Yes.
match at the Shriners. Yeah. So Lilith Khan finally getting a chance to don the boots and kick somebody. 6'5" Lilith Khan's getting ready to big boot somebody. You know.
This chick's intimidating, and
Oh
not
yeah.
to mention she's devastation. Like, come on.
I mean, I
Attila Khan's been training this girl from birth.
yeah. I mean, Attila's been training this very young daughter of his, and I I have to look up to a woman. I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, the woman is younger and taller and more intimidating than I am. I'm like, it's like I lose when I get near by the woman. So I just,
She could kick your head off,
I
probably.
think she's gonna kick my ass. Well, what's she gonna do? but but I know SICW is going to rock it out at the Iron Night Shriners Temple in East St. Louis this Saturday, just like in ACW in St. Clair, the Gauntlet of Glory match. And then also, let's not forget that this is actually the final curtain call for the Lumberjacks, one way or the other, as they are going for to try to capture one more tag team title. Facing the Silver Bullets, they may retire as ACW Tag Team Champions. So, and be interesting to see how that plays out if that goes down. So, which also brings me to so next week's show, we're going to get a little bit of aftermath on the thoughts on the Lumberjacks on next week's show with episode number 165. So,
Nice.
Abe and Gabe will be joining us here in our first hour next week. To kind of relive the whole night in St. Clair, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just even thinking about it, and I'm not even these guys that are retiring. They've actually got a sit down interview that's on the American Championship Wrestling Facebook page, and it's really about a good half hour or so. But I mean, these guys just kind of reliving, what they've done in their some what they've done in their career, what they think about some of the stars in ACW, including myself. It's a good sit down interview. So if you get a chance to see that, go ahead and go over to American Championship Wrestling's Facebook page, and there is a sit down interview with the Lumberjacks. But we are going to have their thoughts on the night of St. Clair next week, like fresh right after. So this ought to be good. Getting the raw emotion from the Lumberjacks, because 35 years in the business, bro, that's quite a bit.
It's crazy.
That's quite a bit. And like I said, and congratulations on the retirement. They've done quite a bit. So we're very looking forward to that. Now, also, if you noticed last week, we kind of promoted that Royce Adams was supposed to be here this week. Well, Royce Adams, it lives in Florida. It was possibly in the path of Hurricane Milton coming through. So we said, please just take care of yourself. We'll schedule for a later date. So this is our tentative reschedule here. So on October 27th for episode number 166, we're hoping that Royce will be able to join us, and hopefully everything is fine. I've not heard from him since we've rescheduled this and when everything was passing through. So it's been a very devastating hurricane that's gone across the middle of Florida. And it's sad to talk about it. There's just a lot of disaster relief that's really needed, and folks need some help. And, and we just hope that we can lighten the mood by bringing you some great wrestling reviews and talk and everything else here this week here for you. So we'll see Royce here in 2 weeks. And actually, this is actually on the day of my mother's birthday, but we're going to actually be doing a celebration on the day before. So we got a big family thing on the 26th. So we just, so yeah, so I mean, just a lot going on in the month of October here, and I think we are set to. Are we set to talk about Raw? I think we are.
I think we are.
Yeah, I think we are. So let's
Good
kind
show.
of. Yes. Oh my goodness! Here, kind of looking to see who we got here. Okay, yeah, so we still got some X Watchers and everything else here. So we're going to go and get to Raw as we speak right now. Here, we're going to go and put up those results. So we'll just go through the results here. Obviously, this starts our big week in St. Louis here because we're going to be talking about. There's people say, well, there's only 2 events. I'm sorry, but from what I experienced, there's 3 big events in St. Louis that happened this past week. This is the first one here. Now, my goodness. So starting off with this whole Donnybrook, not the Donnybrook match, but with the Intercontinental Championship with Jay defending against Xavier Woods. Now, for goodness sakes, I didn't call. I was going to call something that says that, though I was going to say that that Kofi was going to somehow interfere, but I don't think Kofi interfered in this match, didn't he?
I don't. No, he did not. It was. It went to an actual clean finish.
Yeah, and just Xavier came up short, and he just got frustrated again. Once again, man, it's things are just kind of shaking in the realms, and it's just. And I mentioned it last week about how Karrion Kross is like the biggest eavesdropper on Raw right now. So he's just always
he's
business.
still just there, lurking in the background, doing his own thing. I'm actually the whole time we thought about Karrion Kross was like just an afterthought. Now, like I'm not a big fan of his, and never really have been a big fan. Like even through like his TNA stuff. Of other events, but there's talent there, right? There's this aspect to him that is killer, and the look is freaking amazing. I started to really enjoy his work in NXT when he was down there, to where it like started to click for me. He came back, and I'm like, I don't know, but now, dude, as things like slowly are starting to turn again, and you see him in the background, Woods is breaking down. Why does Woods have to shake Jey Uso's hand? Like, he lost. He understands he lost. Like, just because we're friends in the back doesn't mean I still want to shake your hand after I lose, dude. Like, let it go. And then for Kofi to push it, the seeds are planted, and it's so amazing. I can't wait to see what else deteriorates from it.
Was it this week where he Jay came off the top of that frog splash and did that side turn and that
yeah.
I was like, yeah, you can't tell this was that was kind of planned at all. Christy, hey, thanks for watching. So that actually kicked off the show. I know there were some kind of segments that were playing it, and because I'm just trying to think about what's happened here in Raw.
I need to really start writing notes down, but I'm trying to find my.
Like I said, we like I said, a lot's happened this week. After we talk about Raw, we're going to be talking about NXT, and then after that, we are going to be talking about the MAC Wrestling 4 event that was put on by SICW, and just a great night overall down there.
I can't wait to hear about that. What else, like Raw? This is the first 2-hour show too, right?
Yeah, the first 2-hour show, which to me, there was a lot of picture-in-picture, granted, okay, but that's okay. I mean, you and I talked on the air previously about how long some of these shows have been going.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, and a lot of times, less is more. A lot of times, you just can't get everything in. And we're going to dog on that later when it comes to our end of our segment, because the last part we're going to cover tonight is WrestleDream, which happened last night at AEW, which we had some big things go down, and we will cover those as our last segment of the night. But what about that the good old Donnybrook, man? With
God,
bro,
Pete Dunne and and Sheamus were just beating the living tar out of each other.
Yeah, bro. What did was it Sheamus that did a white noise off the like the top of like a barrel stack on Pete Dunne?
Yes.
On Pete Dunne. Gosh, that was
How about the fact that Sheamus finished the match zip tied behind his back was his hands.
right. Yeah. Yeah. He's and he had to just lay on top after he hit him with the bro kick. But that went for
Dude, that match was like
yeah,
I like how well they're like pushing more of a I don't know if it's pushing or they're allowing more freedom to the guys and the gals to kind of push the envelope, and or the guys and the gals are like, hey, you know what? I'm taking that advice that once was passed down, ask for forgiveness, not a permission, and just go out there and have these awesome shows because Pete Dunne was put on the map by Sheamus last Monday. Not that he wasn't already on the map. Like, we've been big fans of Pete Dunne for years, right?
Yeah, not Butch, Pete Dunne.
And there's a lot more people out there that have been big fans of his through his NXT and then his UK stuff that he was doing over there with WWE and before signing to the promotion. But Pete Dunne was made. Sheamus made Pete Dunne last Monday. 100%. Like, I really want to see them shake hands after this, but I kind of want Pete to keep going in that scrappy, like, manner, because that's what makes him the best is the bruiserweight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a very physical match. I mean, these guys. I thought for one moment like Sheamus was like really gashed on his elbow, where like you could see like.
Oh yeah, he definitely pinched his arm, dude.
Oh my god, that had me squeamish for a bit, bro. But but because she. And I think it was on, I forgot where he had hit the table, where he had hit that white noise. Like, did he hit it like on another barrel? Did he hit it on like
the steel stairs, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. The steel steps in general for the main, for the big, for the big promotions this week were used a lot. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're going across the board. But yeah, they were used a lot. And, but no, what a fantastic match though with Pete Dunne.
Now before you move on, the opener actually was CM Punk coming out saying, "All right, I don't know how long I'm got, like how many. I told you I didn't have any more Hell in a Cells in me, all that kind of stuff." Then we hit the music of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came out, gave a speech about being back and stuff. So I'm curious to see where they like. I can't wait to see what Big Bronson Reed's retaliation is going to be against Seth Rollins. I'm actually kind of pumped for that match.
Yeah. CM Punk didn't have a long promo at all, and he was moving very slow, and he had a short time in St. Louis. I think he just found a way to get out of town because he's a Blackhawks fan, and he was in Blues territory. So
I got you, Jason. I got you. Don't put any about this hockey BS in there, because us Blackhawks fans are not afraid to walk up in St. Louis rocking Blackhawk gear all the way. You guys got one cup. Get over it.
Yeah. Like I said, we can agree to disagree, but you're talking about when you had 6 teams in the league for like the first 60 years.
We had to become bench warmers for you guys to even win a cup. Quit it.
Everybody had a 70% chance of winning the Stanley Cup for like 50 plus years.
Hey, whatever, dude. It's not our fault. St. Louis got on the bandwagon late. You guys cry when there's ice on the road.
No. When there's ice on the road, they can't drive, but then they'll bitch about it. They have to get somewhere, apparently.
That's why you guys weren't in the hockey game. But St. Louis was in the wrestling game, and Monday night really started and kicked off the St. Louis nostalgia act that it is, the wrestling just lineage that is there.
Yeah. That 10-woman tag, do we really need a 10-woman tag?
Yeah, it was...
And I'm starting to get your sentiments now on Isla Dawn. That one,
she's not good. I'm sorry.
She's starting to get on my last nerve.
She irritates me.
Oh my god, yeah. She
and I was so like, I love Natalia, but I really wanted Natalya to go to another. I wanted her to show up in NXT. Legitimately wanted her to leave. Not that she doesn't belong in WWE. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Natalya is one of my favorites, but I don't know. I just felt like it was time for her to move on. But it's good to see her still, being that bridge for the new ladies to the roster and stuff. And there's a lot of good talent here. I mean, Vega's probably going to be my favorite of the 5 good guys. I love me some Shayna Baszler. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
I want old Shayna Baszler back from NXT, please.
I hear you there.
Can I get that Baszler back?
Yeah.
Zoe Starks is baller too.
Yeah.
I don't like the trio.
No.
I
know. Whoever's booked that's horrible.
I'm cool with it because
the name's horrible. But
I'm cool with the whole thing because we get tag teams, and I want the women's division to start really building growth because there's a lot of females down there,
Yeah.
But I'm just not down with it yet.
Yeah. Then really,
That's right, Jason. What's up with the name for the trio? We are not going to say what Austin Cage calls it again. Oh my God, man! I was like, dude, come on.
I know. No, you probably just acted on, bro. And he's probably going to put it in.
That's all right. It's going to happen, but God dang it! This is why
I know that some of most of these things are not reflected on those on everyone on the Falls.
But yeah, Isla Dawn is garbage. I don't care what it says. You can cry all you want that I said that. I'm not a fan of her.
So what about? So I guess really the only other big match was the World Heavyweight Title match between.
Another big match. Come on.
I mean, it was a big match though. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you can only put on so many matches in 2 hours, good matches in 2 hours, because you're going to have a lot of fillers. You're going to have a lot of
that Sami Zayn versus
Gunther,
because this is their third time meeting, I think.
Yeah, it was
in WWE. Because I'm not going to play that BS because we know other wrestlers touching other companies and stuff and have had matches. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have literally made a career on it.
Yeah.
No disrespect. When it's that damn good, it deserves it. But this was their best match, in my opinion. I don't know how you felt about it. I think this was better than the WrestleMania match. Almost.
I mean, they're both high caliber, really good matches on both of them. But I like how Gunther now is really starting to execute the sleeper more. And that's actually a great submission for him because of the way he can tower over most of his opponents and his size. All he'll just have to do is just wrap around, look down and wrap around and just hook in that sleeper. I mean,
but I got to say this, don't forget the powerbomb. Don't forget what brought him, that has to be, he has to be winning with both on various occasions because Gunther's just the dude.
Yeah, he is.
Gunther is the machine, and it's.
Yeah, so
I love me some Yeats too, my dude.
Yeah, but after the fact, yeah, everybody, at least one of us is eating in the studio here. So, but how do you feel about pushing this Crown Jewel Championship here? Because now we're getting the main championship title holders on both shows now, and they're tracking each other. I mean,
so this is how Cody, I feel about it.
Cody's a busy man in so many ways right now. It's not even funny.
Right? I'm still at a loss for the title. I don't know if I like it, if I don't like it. I'm in that phase right now. The title itself actually is a beautiful title. I shouldn't have. Huge. I reacted too soon last week. It's actually a decent title. It really is. Maybe a little too big, but whatever.
I want to see the women. Is it the same?
Right? My question really is how does it? I guess the wrestling fan in me doesn't want it to be just the one-time thing. So I'm trying to understand where is it going and what are we doing with it? How long the Saudi Arabia deal actually is? Is it a one-time thing off? Because like when we first got I'm still upset that the title for the Braun Strowman won over there for the greatest battle royale ever.
Yeah.
It's never been defended again. So I'm like, I'm still irritated by that. Like, can we get another battle royale where that's defended once? Like Braun automatically goes in it.
Titus O'Neil ruined that when he trips and I mean 50 guys in a Royal Rumble. I mean, come on, bro. I mean,
I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying, like, I would like to see that title defended there. Like, have a smaller battle royale where he's the last one, so it's a gauntlet to get to him, and if it was something like that. But how do they? After this is all done, let's say Gunther wins it.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 months later, Gunther loses the world title. What happens to that title? Does it just go back into the fold for who's the bragging rights as champion next year? Is that how it's going to work? 100%.
That's what I think that's what happens. As far as because it's going to be the WWE champion and the world champion for both men and women that leading up to Crown Jewel that will battle for that belt. So, like I said, what if Sammy would have won Monday? Okay?
Right.
So it would have been Sammy and Cody.
That match would have been. I didn't know I wanted that match until just now.
Yeah. We don't think about it until it's said. But yeah,
dude, Sammy versus Cody. If Sammy was a bad guy in that feud, oh my god! Actually, I'd rather see Cody because you see all these like these legends on their podcasts and other shows have talked about it. You know, Cody has been set up beautifully that if they choose to do a heel run with that man, oh my god,
bro.
Oh my god, I would love it. But a heel Sammy versus a good guy Cody, I'm ready to throw money at that feud right now.
Yeah, and can we get the one that we feuded with Johnny Knoxville though? That was so great.
Sammy's?
Yeah. What I mean, if you're talking about a bad guy, Sammy, when he had the feud with Johnny Knoxville, dude, that was something else. I have to say, I did throw a lot of hate on it, I will say, but then the match was
you go back and watch it, and you're like, oh man, that was actually entertaining because it's sports entertainment.
Because
it's a different world. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But Sami Zayn, like, legitimately can have a match with anybody, and that man makes them look like $1 million, and he is the greatest underdog ever. It wasn't Daniel Bryan. Everybody's wrong. Yeah. It's 100% Sami Zayn's the greatest underdog of all time in professional wrestling. I'm gonna die on that hill.
Yeah, well, like I said, Crunch, we'll have to see what leads up to this Monday. I know there's been a couple of matches announced, and I can't really think off the top of my head right now. As far as
Dean coming with some big news.
Oh yes, so Cheyenne is scheduled to come.
Yes.
Yeah,
she had knee surgery, correct, Dean?
Yeah,
it was knee surgery. I couldn't remember.
And it was a major one too.
Yeah. Can't wait to see her back.
Yeah,
and right, Jason, 100%. I'm fact. Daniel Bryan is not the greatest underdog. It's Sami Zayn. There's been some good underdogs in professional wrestling history, but Sami Zayn has to. We need to do that one night.
The greatest underdogs.
Yes, wrestling? We need to do that, sir.
Yeah, So greatest underdogs in wrestling history. That's what we should. That's
a top 10 list. We need to perform. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Austin Cage. You hear us, Austin Cage?
Austin. We might need you to pop in.
Well, I mean, for like a later show. I mean,
not tonight. Yeah, I don't want to listen.
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, we'll get it in before the end of the year. Okay? We'll get it in before the end of the year. Guarantee that. So how about we pop right over to NXT now?
Awesome.
With this. So I honestly was not. I mean, here's another thing, and I'm still trying to figure out why. And I missed it on the CW here in St. Louis because I've actually found other ways to get CWs in other markets. I ain't gonna say, but I did see it.
I know,
but that's because they're not airing it. that makes no sense that they don't air the actual NXT show when they're actually broadcasting it live from St. Louis, and we got a CW affiliate, but well, no, we're not going to put it on the air. Not that I don't have anything wrong with airing Sam Mushnick material in its place. I'm always a big fan of wrestling at the Chase and Sam and everything. I'm a big fan. But man, I'll tell you, the factory, and I never knew what the factory looked like inside until NXT put their cameras in there.
It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. I really
that was a fabulous venue, and it packed the house too, for NXT, and I'm glad we, dude, the way it started off out with Trick, and then
Jay pops in.
Yeah, well, Wesley interrupted because he feels
I forgot about that.
He's got to claim the title now that he's putting Zachary Wentz off. Sent him packing pretty much. But then Jay Uso, I was just floored that Jay came out, and the whole chant was "Whoop that trick yeet." that was something else. I couldn't believe that. And then, man,
Trick Williams is just legitimately a star in the making. And I'm sorry, that is a young Booker T. If that man is not listening to Booker on how to become a champion, you're doing it wrong. Like, he reminds me of everything I loved about Booker T.
You talking about Trick?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, Trick Williams is 100% just everything I loved about WCW 1998 Booker T. But better. Like, and that's Booker T is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. That's why I think I'm so hard on his commentary. And like, I get with it and I don't get with it. There's things he says I don't care for, and then there's things he does I'm like, that's my Booker T.
There you go.
But Trick Williams is legitimately everything that was good with Booker T as a professional wrestler. What? I love you. I love you, Austin. And I know you're not telling me that I'm wrong about Booker T and Trick Williams being awesome.
Yeah, he's referring to an old WCW promo where he said, "Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you." Yeah. Yeah. Before we get into the results, I just put this here though. I would be so for this. I mean, anybody from our
my God,
man, yeah. I mean, he's made appearances in AEW and he's in OVW now. But man, wouldn't that be awesome? And sky's the limit for guys like Brandon.
His partner even is making the jump over to OVW. Did I not see just recently?
Yes, he is. So,
but yeah, Bretta and Bretta would actually be a really good fit for NXT. I'm not gonna lie, Brandon Bretta.
Yep. And we got Rock and Rick joining us here tonight. Rock and Rick will also be part of the St. Clair show on Saturday, in that Gauntlet for Glory, and of course the Lumberjacks retirement match. So good seeing you, Rock and Rick. I couldn't be around. Like I said, I had to kind of be around here for the first 24 hours plus or so, with my wife having surgery this past Friday. Outpatient surgery, of course. So, but no, everything's good here at the household now. Just busy as usual, But man, what about starting off the show action wise for NXT? About a 6-woman tag I didn't know I wanted until I saw it come out with Kalani Jordan, Bianca, and Jade.
Yes. I love my Jade. Yes. I love Kalani too. Kalani's awesome.
Putting the hurt on Fatal Influence.
I'm still a fan. I like all three women. This is the opposite of the other faction that we talked about earlier. Yeah. I love all three of these women together. Can we change the name? Great faction. I don't know if I'm down with the name yet.
I like to know who's coming up with these names. They need to be fired or put somewhere else. Put them somewhere else, getting gear or something.
I would just call them Toxic Attraction 2 or something. Like, just call them what they are. That's the part that I had the issue with. Yeah. Is like, we've already seen what this faction is and is going to be. How is it going to be different? I like the group, the trio, because for one, I'm just a massive Fallon Henley fan. So
Yeah, I am too. Out of those three, that's my favorite.
That
out of the Fatal Influence. So.
She is amazing, and she's so good in the ring.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it was fun. It did what it was supposed to do. The girls get the win. The champions, all three of them, stand proud as they yeeted with Jey Uso and Trick before they went into their victory.
Oh yes, they did. Yes, they did. We had 5 champions. We had 5 title belts in the ring. So I think
that was a pretty cool moment.
That was pretty cool.
So.
But speaking about title belts, what about Roxanne coming out and with looks like Julia and Stephanie Vancouver. I didn't know was going to be showing up there.
Yeah, dude, I'm so upset. That was my birthday, and I wanted to be there, but I couldn't afford the tickets. I saw the price.
Oh yeah, I saw those tickets. Like, bro, I'm good. I can watch the show. And besides, I mean, I would have just got out of work anyway. And
she's one of my favorite foreign.
Yeah,
females.
I already had something going on on the evenings on a weeknight anyway this week. So I'm like, I think I'm good. I don't want to be expending myself, as much as I wanted to. But man, what a fantastic show! And then, so it's Roxanne. Are we going to see Roxanne, Cora Jade, and taking on?
I see a tag team match in the future. Yeah, I see a tag team match in the future.
Stephanie and Julia.
Part of me is kind of selfish, and I kind of wanted to go to a fatal 4-way down the road with Cora and stuff. But like, I do potentially see a triple threat with Roxanne, Stephanie, and Julia.
And may I just say once again, bravo job on the new women's and main NXT heavyweight titles.
The men's and women's look amazing. They're phenomenal.
Those are just some phenomenal belts, bro. Yeah. Thanks for taking the rainbow out of it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Moving on. So we also had in here. Oh, bro, the big one.
I was going to say, what are you talking about, dude? I know what's up. Almost Finning got beat by my dude.
The Don coming through, ending Obafemi's title reign and giving Obafemi his first loss ever.
Yes. Man. For one, Oba, I don't see him staying around in NXT much longer. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but then you want to make sure he's going to be used good somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's room for him. Trust me. I think there's some room for him. Oba Finning.
I'm sure.
Oba Finning is a statue-esque of a man. Like that dude. Pure size alone is just holy cow. But the Don getting one up, getting one over, getting that dub. It's so good to see the king on top.
Yeah,
dude, that match was phenomenal.
Yeah, there were some moments I thought that the Don was actually done, and he kicks out, and I'm like, bro.
That was the cool thing about it is they took the story out here that they were telling how the Don was nervous and Tony didn't want to go into the match. He was scared that he was going to lose. They took the bit right from Rocky and it fit beautifully in. It sealed the deal. And then he comes out, and then not only did we have that toil up and down of the Don's going out. He's lost. Oba hitting with it. It's done. And he kicks. And he just kept coming it was so beautiful. Great story. Great match.
But then for the Don to finally get the pin, and it was a cradle pin too, just out of nowhere, where Oba, I think Oba was going for his finish again, and he slid off from, and he went over him, slid down the back, and he cradled him good.
Yep.
So it made Oba still look pretty strong though. All he takes, and like I said, it only takes is 3 seconds, and you can lose. So that's what happened to Oba. But like I said, the dude's dominant. I'm happy that that D'Angelo got that he got the victory on that. So I'm looking forward to see.
Is this his second time, right?
I think I want to say possibly.
I want to say it is, but I can't remember.
I can't
Correct me if
remember
I'm wrong in there, guys.
I have to go dig back in the annals. I have to go back and dig in the Fruity Pebble annals of NXT to see if he actually won it. So,
I know he was the Cup winner for a little bit.
Yeah,
D'Angelo, professional wrestler.
Austin says it is a second though. Austin does say it is a second.
Look at that guy coming through, doing work even when you don't call him into the studio.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate it. As always.
By the way, you are wrong. It is his first.
Oh.
He's a 2-time NXT Tag Team Champion and a Heritage Cup Champion.
Yeah, he was the Heritage singles. Cup, right.
That's what it was. It was the tag team that he held twice.
Yeah. So should we even consider him a Triple Crown winner, even if he had the Heritage Cup?
No, the Heritage Cup is just like the Diamond Ring, but kind of cooler in my opinion.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't say that. I really do like the Diamond Ring stipulation thing.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the Heritage Cup is not like the FTW Championship was in AEW. I'll tell you that right now, because the Heritage Cup has got a lot. I like the style of the Heritage Cup.
I think it's a cool concept.
Yeah, I
mean,
like
it's
it myself.
Yeah,
I really do. What about Fraxium getting over on 8-time Down Under?
Look at you using the name. Did you not make fun of it like 2 weeks ago?
Well, apparently WWE's now using it now. I guess I should go that route.
That just kind of made my night. And no, I was not. I was itching my head, Skyler. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You never know.
But no, this was actually a really fun match. I am thankful that we are finally potentially getting the breakup of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, because I love Austin Theory more as the funny good guy.
Yeah, I don't know who I would want to see as the good guy or the face.
It needs to be Theory. Theory needs to somehow make his way back to one of my favorite factions that hasn't been a faction in a long time, and I would love to see it become a faction again on SmackDown, and that is 100% the way. Yeah. So I want to see him somehow get back to Johnny Gargano, and let's do it right with, Tommaso in the way too, and let's build this group up that would be phenomenal in my opinion.
And you want to keep Grayson kind of a bad guy anyway, because he can always throw.
Oh yeah, Grayson's a way better bad guy. Well, not really.
The Grayson Waller effect for everybody. He can just.
Who has the most stage props of anyone now in talk shows? It's irritating.
Oh, I know. Except for the learning tree segments, pretty close. With that turf on the freaking canvas.
I don't care what people say. I love Learning Tree with Chris Jericho.
Hi guys.
And then Brian always does the yeah, respect him. But Big Bill's always giving out some fact that's actually super knowledgeable. It reminds me of Pinky and the Brain. I think that's why I like it. Right there's exactly why I like it. It's Pinky and the Brain. Chris Jericho's the Brain and Big Bill's effing Pinky. That's why I like that thing so much. Holy shit.
Wow. And then of course the last match, of course, was Randy Orton and Javon Evans with didn't think that Javon was going to get much into the end, but then Randy having to show his dominance, and his wife was in the crowd at that one too. Randy, of course, always a class act, always definitely gonna future Hall of Famer for certain, but kind of cool to kind of give Javon his credit. About giving him a good match. So that's good. At least
he even
All
it was
right.
obvious about the missed spot for the RKO, and then he re-hit the RKO, which the wherewithal to do that and continue with the match. Beautiful. That's why Randy is one of the best. Period. He is the blueprint of professional wrestlers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then at the end,
yeah.
to see Javon go, "I'm sorry." Did you notice that? He said, "I'm sorry."
Oh,
Javon said
yeah.
sorry, and then Randy's like, "It's okay, man. You did good." Like that whole thing was awesome. Like it was a really good match too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Austin saying about Javon getting dropped on that table so many times. I'm like, dude, okay, you have to be a certain weight to drop on that table by yourself, okay? And Javon Evans is not that heavy. So
just that last one though, that last drop, that one was a thud. Yeah. He even looks at Booker T and goes, sorry. Randy did.
Yeah, but like I said, overall, a great show in NXT. I mean, it would have been cool to see it in person, but like I said, we only got so much to be around throughout the week ourselves, and we were at least fortunate enough to see it ourselves.
It was a good way to cap off my birthday. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. I don't know where NXT is next week. I didn't say. I guess if we go and look for tickets for NXT on the 15th, it might tell us where, but I don't know where. You got to. It hurts more. Yeah, probably does. Of course, I wouldn't know, but so I'm going to go ahead and get. I want to prepare to switch some scenes here because we're going to go back into our.
Why did I do that? Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna go to our next one here. So this is our other big show here that's happened here on this was actually on Thursday night. This was the Missouri Athletic Club show, the Mac Wrestling 4. Just kind of give you some highlights on this.
So the 15th show on NXT will be at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, so they're going back to where they were. So they went out and did a couple shows. I'm saying they can pack arenas if they want. Small
steps. I respect it.
Oh well. Which I think they could have done a lot more at the Enterprise Center. I don't know.
Look at Drew.
Yeah.
Why does he look like he's mean mugging the camera? Like,
I don't know.
Dang, Drew.
I think maybe Glenn flipped him off. I don't know.
Probably. As much heck that Glenn gives Drew on the commentary table for SICW, like, mad props to you, Drew, for putting up with that. Not that I don't like Glenn. Glenn and I would just talk it up and have fun.
Yeah. So, we had Tito Santana here. That was one of our guests. And then we also had Brutus the Barber Beefcake that was here.
Yeah.
Even with the shears. And you want to see something crazy?
What's crazy?
Look at this. Someone actually let Brutus cut his hair with those shears.
Oh, my God.
That is actual hair that went off, bro. I mean, that's
take a little off the top.
Yeah, take a little off the top. I'm going to look funny going into work tomorrow, but, sure, why not?
He looks like he has the money to fix it, so it's okay.
Hello, Bosley. No, I'm just...
Brutus be cutting my hair. I'd just shave it and be like, I got you, dude. I don't want you to touch it. You better not touch my beard.
And then, of course, we've got the one and only, the stuff himself, Marcus Buff Bagwell. He was in the house. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. This is like the third time I've seen him this year. It's weird. Like third, maybe even possibly the fourth. I'm not sure.
We need to reach out to him.
Yeah, because we seen him in Corning for Inhumane.
Him and I had an awesome conversation.
Then, of course, down at he received his award down at California Alley Club.
I didn't get to go to that.
Yeah. And then, I saw him. We actually talked a little down there, and then, the guys come up to the locker room to meet, and before everything starts, and I greet him again, and he goes, "Oh, hey, big guy." He says, "I think I just have that face that's recognizable if you see me enough." It's like, hey,
Well, we had a good in Carney. We had a great conversation about him with like real life stuff, and
yeah,
Buff is one of my inspirations in life. Like as a kid, I wanted to be like Buff Bagwell. I'm not gonna lie. Like Buff was one of the guys I was like, you're Buff, and him and Scott Steiner, man, were arguably one of my favorite duos at that time. Like there was no cooler. I could care less about NWO. It was about Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell to me. Like,
yeah.
those dudes are the bomb. So like to get to meet him and you getting to see him 3 times, I'm telling you, that might be that's a sign, bro. We need to.
Yeah.
Hey, never mind. We can't bring that up yet. Big news later to come.
Okay.
Got an event we love dear.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. You'll know.
Okay. Well,
Look at that. Curtis Wilde versus
Waco.
Waco.
Yeah, Curtis Wilde. So Curtis Wilde got the victory on over Waco in this one, hitting his Wilde's Twist of Fate, or the WTF. So,
by the way, Curtis, thank you for your shout out for my birthday, man. You're a good dude.
Oh, cool, excellent. And
Mr.
then,
Herb Simmons did too, and Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Joe Helms, you got beat up by him last week.
Yeah, on SICW All Star Wrestling.
Yep.
Thanks for the recap. I appreciate it.
I'm just trying to help people.
Yeah, trying to help. Yeah, no help needed, sir.
By the way, Herb, Jason, you guys continue doing the great work with those. Like I've been thoroughly enjoying the last 4 or 5 now. Good stuff.
Yeah, good. Definitely some good stuff here. So
you can find them on YouTube when you go find us and subscribe and like both of them.
There you go. So Big Joe Helms getting the victory over the Mass Shogun. And then of course here is my I'm just only going to put one in here because I like this one.
You're
this
just choking the dude out, man.
Yeah, and Joe Vanetti, he needs to.
Yeah, I was going to say that's Vanetti, isn't he?
Yeah. Somebody needs to get choked out every once in a while.
Yeah.
He did happen to move out of my avalanche, and then he gets back and hits me with a drop kick. I just could swear this guy's got the feet of an NBA center. I swear to God, he just about blew me right off. So, yeah,
crushing Vanetti's throat.
Yeah, he's a great shots here.
That is a good shot.
Yeah, so we had some photographers from the Missouri Athletic Club. We also had Adam Hamlin from. We're definitely going to be talking about that here. But like I said, it's just a great atmosphere here. But man, the smoke was going thick though.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say that earlier.
This is the third match I was in, and there was like a light fog across everywhere. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, man, is it like, can I breathe?
You had that old wrestling feel, didn't you?
I like the old wrestling feel, but I couldn't breathe for part of it. So, but that's all right though. It's all right. I think I need to prepare myself a little bit more for that. And yeah. Well, Joe Vanetti did get the victory here. Hit me with that top. Got me with the top rope drop kick, and well, I'll tell you. He lunges both feet, boy. He will just launch you, and
he's the epitome of a missile coming off that top rope.
Boy, yeah, he puts it. Boy, I was like, man, I didn't expect him to hit me that hard, but he did, and I'm like smacked. I just like smacked the canvas good, bro. So I don't know. I guess I deserved it. So we got Brandon Beretta and Axe Allward. So apparently Axe did get injured in this match. Against Brandon Beretta. And like I said, Brandon Beretta he's making waves in wrestling. I mean, he's through going with doing some work with the NWA X division, or like EX division, along with EC3. And then of course also now with OVW too. So he's making his ways around. But the thing is that he's always got grassroots back to SICW, and he even told Herb and all the guys out there too. So it's kind of good to know. Don't forget where you come from, especially coming from the Ace Wrestling Academy. So that's good. That's good to hear. But so apparently, so Axel Allward is having surgery on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. So apparently he's going to be out of action for a while. So yeah, definitely prayers, thoughts, and good vibes to Axel Allward throughout the surgery, and also with a good yet speedy recovery. But so so sorry to hear about that, Axe. So we hope you get back soon. Now, here we go with Big Nasty here. I'm only like someone doing
is Sean Vincent wearing? Why does he look like he's a bum from a wedding?
No, he looks like the wedding bartender. Is what he looks like.
He looks like that uncle that got lost.
Uncle that got lost.
Like he thought he was going out to the circle outside instead of going. He got lost.
Hey man, anybody got a cigarette?
Yeah, that's that uncle right there.
Yeah. But this was after the fact that Big Nasty got the victory, and actually called Buff to the ring. So the vice president that no one wanted there, but Bob said he had to. Exactly, right? Exactly.
So Glenn went out there and talked smack to Buff.
Yeah, and Buff actually ducked him pretty good too. And there's actually on Herb Simmons' Facebook page he's got a series of the altercations of the few shots. There's a shot that after Buff hit him, like Glenn's like levitating, like floating, like about ready to drop, and he's just like stood still. It's funny.
Glenn became a table.
Yeah, it is the table. So
Buff's doing voodoo.
Yeah. So, let's see our next one here. Oh yeah, we had a big Bobby D versus Attila Khan and Peyton Ayers. I didn't know if this is a double count out, double disqualification, or if Big Texan and Bobby D got the victory. I think it was a victory for Texan and D, but if not, then my sources are wrong. But these guys went at it. Obviously, if you can see, Attila a little bit of a bloody mess. I don't know what Bobby D's doing. It looks like Bobby D's about ready to throw up. I don't know.
Don't make fun of my boy. he definitely looks like he's been hanging out with the bad uncle at the wedding. That's for sure.
There's all this cigarettes, cigar smoke.
He's probably yelling at Peyton Ayers right now, like probably in his face. So. Come on, man.
Yeah, probably so. Maybe
like a big Texan hunting down Attila Khan.
Well, no, Peyton's on the left side of the screen. If you can see, that's his hair. That's his hair.
Bad.
On the left side of the screen. Like Kid and Play. Never
mind. I was trying to give Baba D a way out.
Nah, like Texan. Yeah, all four guys are accounted for here, so he's probably doing a little bit of huff and puff, and trying to get his, which cigarette smoke. It did kind of fade. It started fading down though. It's kind of funny though. It was faded down toward the end of the night. But here's the big thing here. The main event was Superstar Steve Fender defending the AIWF National Heavyweight Championship in a strap match against the Night Train Gary Jackson. And well, here you go. Another title and accolade to add to this man's 40-plus year career. He is now the AI, and I told Gary, I said, congratulations, and I got to go to North Carolina to defend it. So, or you could just ship it back. No, I'm just kidding. But no, Gary's carrying the title. So the AIWF National Heavyweight Championship was, and it was a good contested strap match too. And the thing is, the strap was like only 8 foot long. So it wasn't a long stretch. It wasn't even 10 feet.
I was gonna say usually it's 10 feet, right?
Yeah, but this strap, but it was a good thick 8-foot strap though. Even though it made for work for the guys who are really trying to get the victory though, and it wasn't really a dominant victory because these guys were toward the end. I think they were hitting buckle after buckle, and Steve Fender hit Gary Jackson into the open turnbuckle that would have been number 4 for either one, and he hit Gary into it. So technically, Gary touched the 4th buckle, and that's how Gary got the title. So, like I said, these guys were going at it back and forth pretty good. And I'll tell you what, getting whipped with a strap.
Ooh, yeah.
No, this strap was good. I mean, it had some good gauge to it. Let me tell you that, and it was wide. So you get smacked for that thing on your bare skin, you're gonna feel it. So, oh my! So no, congratulations to Gary Jackson, and just another great night of wrestling at the Missouri Athletic Club. I mean, like I said, it's just another great show, and lot of people that were there to help sponsor it. I mean, just think. I mean, people at this club just throwing money around on betting on the guys wrestling in the ring, which is funny. I think it's funny, but of course, I can find the humor in that.
Hey, dude, that's what it's about, man. It's about making those dineros one way or another.
Yeah. So we'll migrate here real quick here back to So another great night here. Like I said, more stuff to come, more great stuff to come for SICW, and there's going to be some big matches. Especially November is going to be a big month for him too, and we'll have the artwork for the next show at the Belclair Fairgrounds, which will be on November 2nd. For that captain's match between Attila Khan and the Night Train Gary Jackson. So, in fact, I'm going to edit here real quick. Apparently, SmackDown only has one S. So, there we go. So, SmackDown results. So we'll go over those here. But, what about Roman and Jimmy? Roman
starting off Raw. I mean SmackDown.
Yeah, Roman said no yeet. Doesn't want Jay part of it, and
it's going to come around sooner than later. Like
I'm sure.
I don't necessarily think Jay's going to be the first one.
I don't think so either.
I think it'll be Sammy that comes and helps first, and Sammy's the reason that Jay comes back.
You think they'll recruit Sammy for that? Wow.
Well, it has to be the original bloodline, and Sammy's part of the bloodline. Like, it might not be the real thing. Like he's. I think Sammy's going to be the reason. Actually, I'm totally cool. I've been seeing a lot of this, and this is my own theory, and this is how I wish it would go. Okay, once again, this is my own theory. And how I wish it would go. So sidearm booking locked in. Zilla put all that crap out there, didn't go to GCW, all that kind of stuff. We cancel all those bookings, right?
Yeah.
All right. Rumor has it he's going to AEW. Hey, it's easy to be like, hey, I'm going to AEW, and then leave it at that and let the dirt sheets take hold of it, right?
Right.
He's not going to AEW. What if he's going to SmackDown? The Usos have made a really big point, and you've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing a lot of it lately. Who does the Usos commend for saving their lives? Do you know that wrestler's name?
Saving the Usos' lives?
Yes.
I
they talked about it in multiple documentaries, how they've talked about it in podcast stuff, but they commend it to Umaga.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking the Umaga son's going to be coming over.
The story writes itself. Like, if they're going to put some honesty, truth to things, and like, if WWE's because it looks like they're trying to blend the lines, man. They're blurring the lines of reality and fiction a little bit and making fans. This is one of my issues with certain wrestling podcasts is like, we need to be able to learn to hold our disbelief back here and just see what we're seeing on TV or what we're seeing in the ring when you go to in the live event as for what it is, because it's that you taking a step out of reality to watch this cool moment. But how to bring some of that reality into the cool moment is Umaga is the guy that the Usos said got us off the couch, got us into wrestling and all that stuff, and legitimately saved our lives and built our story. And how better to fit the bloodline storyline than bring in the son of the guys they commend as the guy that helped them get out of a dark time. And that's real bloodline storyline. So my hope would be Zilla, because I don't want to see Jay jump ship yet over from Raw to SmackDown. Like, I want to ride out this IC title reign for a while.
Right. Absolutely.
And Solo turning and making him come, like, that's going to be the key, in my opinion. And people, stop trashing Solo as the tribal chief, man. That dude looked like a star this week.
About time.
Am I wrong? No, don't.
Time.
No, it was done perfectly. It was done so well, making Jacob Fatu look like this monster menacing, and he's the one getting all the praise. Solo's just the wiener behind the, No, Solo literally is a mastermind. I said what I said. Solo is a mastermind, and him beating down Jimmy that whole match. I know we're skipping. We're not going to go canonical on SmackDown. I'm going right to the finish here for a minute. I'm going to pull a Dave Chappelle and give the punchline at the beginning. Hey, respect. But that whole match, for one, I'm going to say this again. I've always thought Jay was the better brother.
Yeah.
I think I was misspoken when I said that. Like, I love Jay. Don't get me wrong. Jay is my guy. Jay has the charisma. He has so much charisma it pours out of him. And maybe a step behind his brother in the ring.
Right.
I truly believe Jimmy was the one that got the talent out of that twinship, out of the in-ring ability. Not that Jay's not good. So don't hear what I'm not saying. Like, I said he's a step behind Jimmy, where Jimmy's a step behind Jay in his charisma. Not that Jimmy's not bad with his charisma. But him and Solo's match was 10 times better than Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania.
Right. Well, here's how I look at it, though, is we were after the split of the Usos, there really wasn't no momentum for Jimmy other than, hanging on to what the Bloodline had. After they broke up, no one was really investing in Jimmy, really, because Jimmy kept messing up, which made Jimmy kind of look kind of weak. Well, Jimmy needed that kick out of the Bloodline from Solo and be gone all this time, and then he come back, and now he looks even more solid, and people are now invested in what Jimmy is going to do now, because people don't want Solo in the Bloodline. They don't like this Bloodline. Most of these fans don't like this Bloodline.
Dude.
So now Jimmy's got vested interest now of the fans to see what they're going to do. Is he going to be with, obviously he's going to be with Roman. He called the shot of coming back and to get one over on Solo, at Bad Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now Jimmy's got momentum going in, and people starting to care about what Jimmy is going to be doing now. When the split came up, no one cared, and it just looked sloppy because I don't think the guys just knew what to do. Except super kick the hell one out of another at WrestleMania, but otherwise, I'm calling it like it is. That's all I've seen. But
big fan of them too, but that match was not fun.
No.
The Hardy Boys had a better brother versus brother match. I hate to say that.
And I'm praying for the day that Matt Nick Jackson never break up and fight each other, because that would be super kicks for like 25 minutes, bro. I do not want to see that crap ever.
How would they do a TK driver?
Oh. Not that either. That's been done enough. Oh my god! I mean, it's not like people don't kick out of 4 of those in any big pay-per-view match anyway.
But so. Jimmy had me hook, line, and sinker this week. Solo, I absolutely loved the dynamics between him and Jacob Fatu. Like how Solo would like get him to pull away and pull the rest of tension, and Fatu's just smacking Jimmy, and then you what?
It's not gonna happen, bro.
And then you have all the like just underhanded spots they did with it, where Solo's standing over him.
Yeah,
and then you see Jimmy just in his prayer for like I absolutely love the new bloodline. I don't care what y'all say.
Nah, I'm OG. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not OG.
Yeah.
The OTC chants were real, though.
Yeah. Yes, they were. And one other thing, I mean, we don't really have to focus. I mean, well, I'm going to talk about just one result here with LA Knight defending against Carmelo Hayes, and we're going to get Carmelo and Andrade for match 7 next week. So, so we'll see who's, and then of course we're once again. So whoever wins match 7, U.S. title implications. So it's like, okay, well, Carmelo just had a shot. So didn't I guess Andrade
just had Andrade had a shot before
Carmelo did.
Before Carmelo did. And now this is going to be... I love this storyline, how they've integrated these two stories together, because like LA Knight had run-ins with both of them backstage and had segments where they're like, I'm coming for you. I'm shooting for you. Both him and Andrade said that. So like to integrate and to see a best of 7 series again, I think the last best of 7 series for me was Booker T versus... No, it wasn't Booker T versus Chris Benoit, was it? Or was it Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle?
It could have been Angle and Benoit. Could have been. Yes. Yeah, great. And now freaking Austin said it's going to be a triple threat. Now it's going to happen. See, Austin, you had to go jinx it. Now it's going to be a triple threat.
Well,
why you have to go say that now, Austin?
That's gonna be a pretty legit triple threat match, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean it's good though. I mean, but can we all agree on one thing though? Even though he is champion, though, the hype of LA Knight has come down some.
I agree. I think the hype kind of died off a little bit. Like he's not. Was he better at just the chase?
Yeah, he was better at just the chase. He was better at but of course, like I said, he feuded with Roman too, and and I just, I mean, good. I mean, it's good for a while. It was good for a while, but I mean, like I said, now that Roman's back as a face, people are interested in that. I think Roman is the top interest right now.
Oh yeah,
right underneath now. Next most popular storyline, in my opinion. What the hell's going on with Kevin Owens? Kevin's attacking Cody. He's, it's like
and then attacked Randy Orton and said, "You want to pick sides? You want to pick? Okay, you picked the wrong side."
Yeah, so Kevin just feels betrayed by Randy and Cody, and now he's just taking matters into his own hands. And now, but the fans are going to see that. Kevin is just going bad guy again, but I don't care. I'm going to be a Kevin Owens guy through and through, though, no matter what happens here. I mean, he's got great mic work. He's got great work as a bad guy or heel. And give me. I mean, it sucks to see Randy and Kevin face each other, but I think that's gonna. But really, does Randy really have anybody to face right now?
Randy versus Kevin Owens is going to be a stellar match.
That's gonna be something. I mean, and I mean, forget about Crown Jewel and all this other crap, man. I'm looking into War Games now at this point. I mean, because Crown Jewel, you're only going to have 5 matches at Crown Jewel, and people are going to complain about it. But who cares? But we're looking into War Games, though. War Games is. I'm glad when they brought this back. When NXT brought this back, they did it right. Man, talk
My
about.
only issue now is that I want the old Survivor Series match back too.
They should. Well, not every match should. I mean, when you're doing when you're doing teams against each other, not everyone should be a War Games. Okay,
No, I'm just saying I want a traditional Survivor Series match.
I think everything on like Survivor Series should go back to just being, teams facing each other. There shouldn't be like any singles titles matches or anything up.
Oh no, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. If you're just talking like 4, 1 women's Survivor Series, 1 men's Survivor Series, 1 War Games, I'm fucking down with that idea.
We can put 5 big matches like that. There's 5 matches for you there.
I mean,
a lot of people involved, and then we could, and finally,
damn, to have the wherewithal to have like the number of factions you need or to create. To have something like that, or like groups coming together, I really want to see bragging rights come back. I'm not gonna lie.
Bragging rights, yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I want to see bragging rights come back.
Red brand, yeah.
No. Have all 3, dude.
So do we put NXT? Do we still consider NXT as gold then? The gold brand.
I mean, I think now it's going back, isn't it?
I don't know. It's kind of like silver. It was like silver and black, with their titles now. I kind of miss the gold being inside their logo, though. They need to have gold in their logo, to me, anyway, or yellow or whatever. But it is what it is.
But yeah, I'm curious on how Saudi Arabia looks and how it fits the storyline. But I'm already looking forward to War Games myself.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we could talk about Crown Jewel and all this other stuff, but I'm really looking forward to War Games myself. I need to start watching. The key thing in Roman in the end was, oh yeah. Well, like I said, I need to look at all the when they brought back the War Games in NXT and with Regal. I'm sorry, man. I miss Regal as
War Games.
Yeah. I miss
Regal as GM is the best.
Oh, he was.
GM Regal is by far he would give Sir Prickles
Sir Nicholas the Prickles.
I can't remember what he calls.
Yeah.
Flava Ava. No Flava Ava.
No Flava Ava.
I love Chelsea Green.
Yeah, we get Naomi defeating Nia Jax in a non-title match because
that was a fun match, actually.
Liv Morgan getting Tiffany Stratton's briefcase and hitting Nia with the back, referee being distracted, and Naomi getting the victory there. And then, like I said, we already talked about this whole bloodline thing. We know Solo's dominance, and once again, that bloodline showing dominance again, even with laying Roman to waste in the ring as well. So, and that's why,
Jimmy ended. We need him.
Yep, we need him, man. We need him. So, wish I kind of knew some of these matches were happening here that are upcoming here, but I'm just drawing a blank tonight because I've been up so much this weekend. I've been up so much since Thursday. Yeah, Thursday was a fun night. Let's just say that, and the spears were flying. So, and so was I. But SmackDown once again. We'll talk about the length of if we get time, we'll talk about lengths of shows and everything else. But I think at this time, We're going to move into our fun segment of the night, even though it is a little bit late. We are running behind, but we got a lot of wrestling to catch up on, as always. But let's go and get this underway, shall we? Why not? That's right. It's Wrestling's Gold Memes tonight, everybody. And we got a once here for you this week. We'll see how we take these. So first off, me forcing my friends to get as excited about Halloween as I remember the whole this had what was this, like a pumpkin street pride?
It was a trick.
Like a trick or treat match.
Yeah, it was a trick or treat street fight or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, is that
trunk or treat street fight?
Yeah,
I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, the trick or treat street fight. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
No, the trunk or treat street fight.
Yeah, yes. So we got that, and then I don't know. Maybe some of these may not be as good this week, but we also know about the raising the cost of living. I'm sorry, if you don't know the cost of living that has been going up over this past year, keeps going up and up. We may have to resort to some other alternatives here. You know, like when new and gas prices hit $4.99.
That was funny. Was that? That's WrestleMania. No, what is that?
Yeah, it is a WrestleMania. Oh, hold on. It is a WrestleMania. Do you know it?
That's the one there in Caesar Palace, correct?
Yay!
But I can't remember the WrestleMania number.
It's number 9.
9.
It's number 9.
That's when they're Caesar Palace.
Yep, that's right. Caesar's Palace. I say you guessed it. So you just didn't know, but it's okay. You knew the place. So
I knew the venue.
Yeah. Well, Bobby coming in on that camel was funny.
Yeah, that stuff was hilarious.
Yeah, that was something else, bro. Maybe doing a little bit of reaching for this one here with when you're dropping a deuce of your ex's yard and the ring camera light turns on.
The Warrior couldn't handle it, man.
When Warriors dropping knowledge in your front yard. You know this shit.
No one breaks up with the Warriors.
That almost looks like Dingo Warrior days. You know, before he was so ultimate.
He was painted up.
Yeah.
Dingo Warrior. That's when he was with Sting as the Blade Runners.
Yeah, it could be with the Blade.
It was that was right after. Yeah, it was the Dingo Warrior during that and after it.
Yeah, his hair wasn't as teased, so you know. It's...
Yeah.
So you know it had to been like mid '80s before.
That's still one of the craziest facts to me that Ultimate Warrior and Sting were a tag team at one time called Blade Runner.
Yeah,
they had black face paint,
and they were they were actually using their real names when they tagged together back in Memphis wrestling as well.
Correct. Yeah, that's still it's one of those facts that like it just got ingrained in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. How about me taking my break at work knowing it's busy and then my colleague that's struggling?
As a former retail employee, I feel this one. 100%.
Shit, I do this now, but I'm like, the queue's busy. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm scheduled for a break. I'm going to take it now, you know. I do it. I don't care. What are you going to do? Fire me? I'm taking my scheduled break.
Yeah.
Nothing says. Nothing like a good old Steve Weiser.
That's how you feel at Walmart when the self-checkouts go out and the employee's not helping.
And by the way, what sense does that make when you have to scan something and if something doesn't work? You got to have an attendant that's watching you do a checker's job to come correct what you're doing. What's the purpose in that?
Just give me the codes, Walmart, and I'll just put my money.
Jeez.
Just kidding. Don't.
That's all right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Hold on one second here. Oh, okay. Want to make sure I had one more, and
I love this picture.
it's great. Well, how about when you're looking for when you're a little bit bland with your wardrobe? Yeah, let's find a solution to that. When you try to add a little soul to your wardrobe.
Wow.
Just put a do-rag on. It's all right.
This Vince McMahon is out of pocket.
What up, G?
Can't say the rest of these said.
Yeah. Well,
Tell me he didn't just say that. Oh, Booker T.
That was a strange, very short McMahon era in the WWE's version of ECW. So that was.
Oh, I mean, it was the final nail in the coffin of ECW.
Yeah, it is what it is. Oh shit, man! Man, I'll tell you.
ECW went out on a shield, though.
Yeah. Like why they brought it back, and of course, you never. A lot of things that they try to bring back, the original will never. It won't beat the original. So
it was Shane's idea to have a third brand.
Yeah.
Just so you know, and that's why NXT came about. And it originally was going to be a webisode on the network on their
on the
.com. Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, at least we got it on Sci-Fi and got a little bit of Butterflies back before it was hung out to dry.
Yeah, and the WWE version of the ECW title was ugly. I don't care. It's an ugly belt.
See, I still kind of disagree.
Yeah, I just wasn't. It kind of looks like a big bowl or something. It's just I don't get it. I mean,
it didn't click for me until Mark Henry was the champion.
And the title said World Wrestling Entertainment ECW Champion. It's like you got two companies on.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. Like the funny part is ECW became NXT.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, they had once they ended ECW, they went right to NXT. So they basically just phased out
one for the other.
Right? Exactly. So. Yeah, but that's right. That's our goal means for this week. Maybe they weren't somewhere good, somewhere not so good. But hey,
I enjoyed it.
We try, But now you know what? Actually, we almost went into the wrong one. Let's just go because we still got to talk about TNA. God, we got to talk about TNA. So here
you can talk about it a little bit because I only briefed over it.
Well, like I said, the course with the results here, they started off with 6 knockouts tag with Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich, and Sol Ruka.
Mm-hmm.
They defeated Wendy Chu, Rosemary, and Tasha Steeles.
I do know that Grace tried to find Masha after the match. Couldn't find her because she wanted to confront her about the kill wall, I guess.
Yeah, the kill wall. Yep. So now apparently Masha and Jordan are going to be facing off for the Knockouts title at Bound.
That's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good match. I like the Joe Hendry. I didn't stay 100. I wasn't like invested. I was doing other stuff with my kids at the time I was watching it.
That's right.
So I like the Joe Hendry and the Dolph Ziggler promo thing that led into, I think it was the main event, correct? Was the tag team?
Oh yeah, Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry versus that led up to that as far as but the whole promo that led up to it about because AJ didn't like his songs and Joe asked us, so which one was it?
Which one was it? I hope you get fired.
Yeah, was it? Could you please get fired? Or was it you are banned from diving? And I'm like, oh, that's so funny as hell. And it's like, oh, so it was the you banned from diving one. Okay, good. Okay. So they tagged up for later on that night. And then of course the walking weapon still showing his
Dominacy.
yeah, and as far as what he did to Eric Young from last week, so they had a match and Josh Alexander.
And then what's his name was beat up in the back.
Oh,
Steve. No.
Yeah, Steve Macklin.
Yeah,
right.
Steve Macklin. Yeah.
Yeah, so Steve Macklin was beat up in the back here as well. So, and then what else we had here is
Moose got confronted by Ortiz. Right?
By Mike Santana.
Santana, my bad.
Yeah, Mike Santana. So now, the director of Authority came out a lot on this episode. Yeah, he had to. Yeah, he sure did. So we're gonna have Moose and Mike Santana at Bound for Glory with that confrontation. And of course, so one of the main matches was the Hardys versus ABC, which would have had implications for the TNA World Tag Team titles, but the system came in and interfered. And so here comes Santino again, making another match for Bound for Glory. So now we have a triple threat match for the tag titles. Oh, and it's it's a Full Metal Rules.
Yeah, it's a TLC match.
Yeah,
Full Metal Mayhem.
Full Metal Mayhem, right? So we're gonna have Hardy's, ABC, and the system for the tag titles for Bound for Glory. So I mean, we're getting some good matches here already. So at least we know of 4. Well, now technically, no,
5,
so
right? I thought it was 5 because that X Division dude that's taking on Mike Bailey.
Yeah. So so there was an X Division #1 contenders match, which Leon Slater defeated Jason Hodge and the Laredo Kid, and they're actually having that match this coming week. So,
my bad.
Yeah, but it'd be crazy if you don't put the X Division on for Bound for Glory. No, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a poor move.
And here's one thing I haven't noticed here is since Spitfire has won the Knockouts tag titles back, they haven't really been active. So I mean, you think the Knockouts tag are going to be defended?
I mean,
at Bound for Glory.
If the situation that happened with Ashley, I think it was, right? They got knocked out. It was under concussion protocol, correct?
Well, that was Alicia Edwards.
Lisha, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, but once again, that's part of the system.
Right.
We're talking about Danny Luca.
But if that story was supposed to continue and there was no story, like I understand there's a moment of like rewriting what's going to happen next for the ladies.
Right. Yeah.
So I agree with you, but I think it's too soon to be like, well, why ain't they getting something going? I mean, we got a week, 2 weeks left.
Yeah, so Bound for Glory is 20 days away. So
we have like 2 weeks.
No, wait. No, I take that back. It's 13 days away. So we are we're right at 2 weeks away for Bound for Glory. So it's on Saturday the 26th. Now, which, we still see, that's another thing we want to talk about is we still see NXT talent still coming into TNA. But will we see TNA talent go back to NXT since they're going back to Florida? Since they're going back to Orlando? You think we're because I hate to see this end. And the thing I'm trying to find out here is I think it's going to be an NXT talent that may have a chance to get a gold before TNA talent gets on NXT gold. If it ever happens. And didn't we talk about it maybe not last week, but maybe the week prior about possibly Worlds Collide coming back and we're having TNA?
Yeah, there's been mention that Worlds Collide has been something that has been talked about. Sean even just recently had a question get pulled about it and about, I don't remember if it was Busted Open Radio. They talked about it. Where Sean's like, he's open to the idea and the concept. And so, I mean, we could potentially see something like that of a Worlds Collide kind of scenario. I mean, how crazy would it be if you started to see that fuse in, and like how NXT is starting to bleed into the WWE stuff, the Raw and SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
And Raw and SmackDown are starting to bleed into NXT with different wrestlers going back down there and stuff and doing things. What if the TNA stuff does work out where it's a bleed all the way to the top? And I'm just going to be along for the ride and see what happens.
Yeah. But there's one other match we'll talk about is the main with Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry getting the victory over First Class. And Nick and Joe had performed each other's finishers on their on Casey Navarro.
Yep.
So I guess they're doing like a one-upsmanship type of deal. They haven't really gotten any bad blood or like any smack talk going back and forth with each other right now. It's still kind of a whole respect thing, but it's kind of wondering what's going to happen on Thursday, leading up, because there's, two more shows leading up before, two more Impact shows before leading up to Bound for Glory. So we'll kind of see what happens on that. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, let's get to I think we're on our main event, or at least our last segment, I believe.
Yeah.
Are we? Yeah, here we are.
WrestleDream.
Here we go, WrestleDream, brother. So this was last night, and we'll touch on this before we get into. Once again, this is you have 0 hour, and then you have the pay-per-view, and all total between a long promo segment, you had 14 matches. You have 4 in the pre-show, and then you had 10 on the main pay-per-view. And the pay-per-view itself, you had an hour for 0 hour, and then you had the pay-per-view, which was 4 hours. So, bro, you just cannot be, I don't know. You would think that, I mean, thank God Mercedes Moné did not wrestle on the main card. Thank you, Lord. But you're going to get her on Dynamite defending her title against the Queen. Or I think it's her TBS title, I believe. I don't know. It's one of the titles. I don't know. And people are like, hey, well, she does her role very well. I'm like, yeah, because her role is a bitch and she knows how to be one. So it's...
Yeah.
So
Ruby pulling the Band-Aid off quick tonight for AEW. God dang.
I don't know. So we got to see a painful promo on 0 hour with Mercedes Moné. And while we're talking about 0 hour, let's kind of talk about, before we get into the main card, about the ROH TV Championship, how that was put on the line, and we had history made there, bro.
Yep.
On the free show. So, I mean, not that it's never happened before, because, when WWE had the light heavyweight title, Jerry Lynn won the light heavyweight title on like Sunday Night Heat before they went into the main card. I forgot which one it was though. So
when they used to do it, and the SmackDown titles switched hands on a pre-show.
Yeah. So
like an actual pre-show, like on YouTube, like the actual pre-show for WWE when they were doing it back in 2014, 2015, when everybody was getting mad about WWE doing it, but AEW now doesn't. They want everybody to praise it. Like I'm kind of upset that I told you a while back. I think it was a couple months ago that one of the things I was having an issue with AEW at the time was how ROH had better storylines.
Yeah.
And it's under the same company, but it isn't the same company. But now they're doing like bringing the. I really hope this is a change, that they're going to be kind of doing what WWE potentially is doing with how they're doing the structures, because I want to see more of ROH, because that's the nostalgia feel in me kind of. But like AEW is cool. But why did Brian Cage win that thing on 0 hour? And there wasn't really much of a build. I mean, there was a slight build to it and stuff, but like it just happened. But Brian Cage deserves so much more, and AEW is pulling the trigger this way with him. I I don't know. I feel slighted, and I'm with you. The big cards are not as enjoyable. I like 5. I'm cool with a pre-show match. I'm not against that kind of thing. So 5, 6, go 3 hours.
Yep.
And
Well,
call it a day.
right. Well, like I said, 4 hours for a pay-per-view is, unless they're interesting, with the build. That's the thing, is there wasn't really much of a build. You're just throwing matches together to fill out a pay-per-view, and you want to. I guess Tony Khan feels that, well, we want to give the people their money's worth. Yeah, well, you're putting too much to it, and trust me, everything that's happened here, there was a lot that happened, and these guys, man, I mean, it, it
the cool
was
thing.
it was solid. I mean, the pay-per-view was solid for the most part, but
The cool thing for me was Rico came out with MXM.
bro, where the hell did they dig him up at, man?
I don't care. It's Rico. Rico's the bomb.
And you see, did you see where Mr. Billy Gunn chased him off?
Yeah. It was a fun little thing, man.
It was. I had a subliminal thing going through my head, like what he was saying to Rico as he chased him off. Like, yeah, you better run trying to get me married my tag team partner, make us gay.
Billy and Chuck were one of my favorite things.
I thought that was kind of funny. Like, he's trying to get revenge. He's still not over the 3-minute warning thing, so he's.
It was a fun little spot. I enjoyed it. Acclaim getting the win, of course. And then
what was that whole 8-man tag about? I mean,
I was doing something else when that happened.
I know. So Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly teaming with the Outrunners to defeat.
Well, that's the conglomeration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of wrestlers that hang out together.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like you said, they had to have 4 matches. They want to squeeze 4 matches in an hour. And
what was the other match?
Yeah, it was all right. For the most part, I guess. But getting on to the main card here, you had a Hangman Anna Page going against Switchblade Jay White.
Solid match.
Man, like it's a lot of these matches were like around 20 minutes apiece. A lot of
them. That's one of my issues with AEW is like less is more, and you keep saying it, I keep saying it. Some of these matches go way on too long.
But also let's think about this way. WWE does have long matches, but once again, you're only having like 5 matches on a card, and you're doing some fillers, and you're only going about 3. Well, usually you're supposed to go about 3. How Bad Blood got to be about 3.5 hours is beyond me, but I don't know. But that Hell in a Cell match was roughly around 40 minutes though. But that Hell in a Cell match though, that's something that it was done right. It was done right. That's all I'm going to say. It was done right. If it took that long, it took that long. Basically from entrance to finish, probably around 40 to 45 minutes, and I don't know. I'm still kind of wondering why WWE kicked it off with that, because no one else really hit the bar that night. They came close, but you basically put your best match on for the first the first match of the card. But that's just me. That's the way I look at it. But we got the Switchblade getting the win over.
Thank gosh.
Yeah, over the Hangman. Yeah.
I wanted to switch. I'm a big Jay White fan, though. So,
yeah. No, Jay White is definitely a very, very, very good talent, and well deserved to get that win. Now this one, oh man, I'll tell you, man, what a good picture there, at least of Willow. But I was
like both of them.
Yeah. No, man,
this match was good. I thought
it was good. Like I said,
big thumbs up.
Willow's probably, Willow is my favorite in AEW right now. So
I can respect that choice. I can respect. Yeah. I think I told you a while back that when she was in AEW, I'm like, man, I really like this. Amy and I about marked out for her when we were in St. Louis at an AEW show when she showed up. Like, I was pretty happy because she wasn't supposed to be on the card.
Yeah.
and somebody had to switch out, and she switched out. And I was because we were going to see Jeff Cobbs versus Kenny Omega. That's the only reason I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So it was a really, really happy thing to get to see her. I think she's amazing. I think she did great in this. I think it was her first attempt at the women's
the women's
world
world title.
If I'm not mistaken, I mean, she might have gotten another attempt when somebody else had it at one time, but this match was awesome. Two young talent showing that they belong, should be there. Beautiful job, ladies.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so we see Mariah May getting that victory, I was really happy with this match. And like I said, Willow's just, I don't know, my favorite talent, bar none in AEW right now, at least on the women's side.
I don't know. I'm a big. I've come to be a big component of Tony Storm too now.
That's true. I mean,
you haven't watched her since because you started watching just recently. Because I've been kind of forcing you to branch away and let's do an honest love. We're gonna knock AEW just like we do WWE. We're gonna knock them both, but we're gonna give an unbiased opinion of the product. And you've been a big fan of Willow since coming in, but you haven't got to see much of Tony yet with her, dude. Her new gimmick that she's doing, the timeless stuff.
Yeah,
like it's damn good. Like I like it.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm still kind of bitter about how she dropped the TBS title to Mercedes, which was really not needed, and there was no call. I mean, I'm sorry.
Willow never needed to lose that title. No, that was just a fact that Mercedes broke her ankle or hurt her. Yeah, broke her ankle in Stardom. Wasn't it Stardom?
Yeah, and, or something like
and Willow became the champion there. I don't think it was Stardom now. They said that. It was a Japanese promotion.
Yeah. I don't know, but
whatever. I'm not going to knock Mercedes. There's fans out there. I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
This was a killer match.
Yeah, this was a really good match. Now, so Jack Perry defended against Shibata for the TNT Championship. Now, here's an interesting way how this ended. Shibata had Jack Perry in the sleeper, and he jumped up on him, and then he just went back with and leaned with him. And then Jack Perry was just laying on top of him, but Shibata's shoulders were down, and he was pinned for the 3. So Jack Perry defends. Now, Jack Perry wanted to inflict a little bit more pain, but we see Dangle Garcia coming down the ringside and confronting Jack Perry. But then Dangle chases Jack Perry out of the ring. And then we see none other than MJF show up. And he's taking a shot at Danny Garcia. So, which his spot on the mic was pretty good too.
Don't forget, was it this match? We saw Adam Cole then return.
Yeah.
So there's been a compilation of stuff, and I kind of hope these 5 are actually going to be maybe hinting towards them competing for the TNT title, like all of them. Like Danny Garcia versus Jack Perry, I think will be a fun match. I know you're not a Garcia fan because of the goofy dance. I'm hopefully that is gone with because this new I'm a wrestler, it can kind of get put into the trash can. It was fun for a little bit, done with it. But I like how Jack Perry is been here lately. Like I'm thoroughly behind the scapegoat character and storyline. Shibata has made a beautiful transition to the States with the fact that he uses the cell phone to do his promos.
Yeah, with Translate. Yeah.
If you don't continue to push him just because of that factor alone, because it's a cool aspect to a foreign character that I don't think any, not your generation, there's not a generation that could have done with that. And I think Shibata's the right person for it. And I just absolutely love the dude's in work. The guy tells some of the best stories in the ring. So I think this would be a solid group of guys to kind of not pass around the title, but compete for that title of the TNT division with MJF, Adam Cole coming back. I think that's a great group of guys to really step up back to the world title picture with, how Swerve and them are working around in that. But this segment alone, between the TNT title to the whole breakdown, holy shit, that was a lot to digest. But I was so invested in the whole segment. This was probably my favorite part of the show. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, so MJF coming back as a heel, which he's a better heel than he is a face.
Oh, 100%.
So glad that went down. Now here we go with the International Championship. Yeah,
that's a cool art picture. That's a fan art. That's not. They didn't do that, did they?
No. I was trying to find some different pictures here. So we got Ospreay defending against Ricochet at Takeshita. Well, let's see here. I mean, man, but what a match, though. I mean, the move though of the match was Takeshita getting Ricochet in that cradle tombstone and leaping off the apron and going through a table. Oh my god, that was insane.
I know you're not one for the flips and stuff so much, and
but honestly,
these three guys,
are
the perfect representation of that style and making it look clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're the three guys that like I want to see doing those kind of things where it all blends together and it's all one thing. There is a spot in this match that I was thoroughly enjoying this, and this would have been like the cream of the crop for me if the one spot didn't happen, because I'm over the damn screwdriver.
Oh yeah, So it was Don Callis that's coming in with the screwdriver, which for Don Callis here is being pictured by getting with Will Ospreay getting him
locked in for the Tiger Driver.
Yeah, getting ready to do the Tiger Driver, and then here he is getting hit from behind by another, and you called it.
Yep.
With Kyle Fletcher coming in and hitting him from behind with that screwdriver in hand.
Now, I didn't see it well enough, and I think that's probably why it's still like eating in my head. But, okay, the screwdriver, there's been cool things done with the screwdriver in professional wrestling when it came to things, but I think in today's era, it's so overplayed. Because, like, if you're thumping a dude in the back of the head, I don't care how anything, like, that's murder.
Yeah.
That's attempted murder.
It's assault with a deadly weapon.
I'm not saying like, okay, maybe a steel chair is considered a concealed weapon now. If you know, you know. Like there's certain things about wrestling that, the stemming disbelief, I can't do it because the screwdriver, it's one of those weapons. It's like, bro, if you literally hit somebody with that, you're going to jail.
Yeah, right.
No questions asked. Now, Randy Orton did an awesome job when he stuck it through Jeff Hardy's earlobe and like twisted and stuff. Like, there's been cool things done with it, but like this kind of bit with it, I'm over it. But I told you all that Fletcher was turning on Ospreay, and that dude looked jacked.
Yeah.
But his turn, his final coup de grace, as some would say, led to Takeshita getting the what's the name? International Championship?
Yeah, the International Championship, yes.
I almost called it the Mid-Atlantic. I know that's what it was.
It was originally the Mid-Atlantic title. They had to change, or All Atlantic. Sorry, it was All Atlantic Championship, and then they changed it just to International. People like, what's all in the Atlantic? I don't know. We're just calling International.
This is probably my favorite group right now, pairing with, except for the Learning Tree. This is my favorite group pairing in AEW right now. Don Callis is just a scumbag that you want to see get beat up.
Yeah.
And Takeshita is pure talent. And I'm a huge fan of Kyle. I'm a huge fan of Kyle. So Amy got introduced when we went to St. Louis. They were there. And she's like, these guys are awesome. Like I told you. Because they were one of the group that we wanted to see when he was tagging with, what's his name?
Yeah.
So, good show.
Yeah.
Stupid screwdriver spot.
Yeah.
And then, what was next?
So the next one, here we go. This is 2 out of 3 falls match with the foil Power Ranger and
The foil Power Ranger.
I'm sorry, hologram, and then the Beast Mordos. So
it was a fun match, but it should have just stayed on Rampage. Maybe you could have pulled out a time slot. Like it wasn't needed.
I know. Wait, I'm trying to find a good name for Mordos, but
the Beast Mordos is awesome. I dig that. Like,
who's the one I call the Dark Sin Cara? I forgot.
That's the Listico.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, but yeah. So Mordos and hologram, 2 out of 3 falls, and he was actually undefeated going into the match, and he's
still undefeated.
It
was actually a fun match.
He did take a fall though. He did lose the second fall of that, but he won. So he won 2 falls to 1 on that. So holograms getting the victory over Mordos in that one.
But he does feel like a created character.
Yeah. So this is a segment I was talking about that was a little long here, with Swerve coming back into his hometown, addressing his home crowd, and then MVP and Shelton Benjamin come out wanting to talk a little business. And so they talked about it now, and Swerve basically weighed out his pros and cons, but he said what I think he won't do is he won't leave family, so he just basically told the MVP to take his offer and stick where the sun don't shine. And then that involved led to some pushing and referees and everybody getting in between. So are we going to see Swerve and Shelton Benjamin? I
think that's the next step with this. This segment did go really long.
It did. But it's his hometown. Give him all the mic time he needs, right?
But I mean, I'm curious on how they continue this storyline. I did like the prop that Swerve gave to Shelton about being, to his generation, that Black Star, which was awesome because, I mean, I absolutely love Shelton Benjamin, and why he never got a world title actual run, it baffles me. But I can't wait to see it. Like it's gonna be an interesting feud. How does Bobby Lashley fit into this? I think that's why it went too long. I think the missing component was Bobby, because I think Bobby was supposed to do something, and I guess he couldn't make it there, is what I heard, or something. So,
yeah, I don't know, but eventually we will be seeing Bobby Lashley, and so so I'm just looking to see where this is going to head. I mean, to see Swerve and Shelton go at it, bro, that's going to be
that's going to be a stellar match.
That's going to be an awesome match.
That's going to be crazy.
Who knows? We might get it at Full Gear, who knows?
I mean,
or maybe maybe we'll get it on Rampage this coming Friday. No.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how some of the guys on We Talk Wrestling were like, I don't want to see the Hurt Business in AEW, right? And the part of me actually did want to see it, but I'm almost agreeing with a lot of people now. Like,
yeah,
it had its time. I wish it had a longer time in WWE, but hopefully it's like them killing it off. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know if I want to see. I don't think it's gonna have the same fire.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it will, because you can't really call it the Hurt Business. You got to find a different name for it, because WWE's got that trademark.
Well, that's why I thought it was gonna be Hurt Syndicate, but it's not.
Whatever. Who knows?
Because ain't they the Mobile Syndicate or something like that? Brody King versus
Darby Allin.
This match was actually fun.
Yeah, this is a fun match. I'll tell you what, man. This is where the stairs got their. The staircase got a lot of use in this match. I mean, to the point where Brody King where Darby Allin was on the ground on the outside, Brody King put the stairs on top of Darby Allin, and he stood on top of the steps.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, you're trying to split this guy in half. And then freaking, what was it?
He coffin dropped Brody King Brody King's laid out on the steps, and he coffin dropped. I absolutely love.
Yeah,
I know it's reckless, but
Brody King was actually on the outside getting ready to jump on him and jump onto Darby, and Darby caught him and he actually shoved him off the turnbuckle, and Brody King landed square on that from the turnbuckles onto that side of those steps. I'm like, damn. It's just hurt looking at it. And then Darby Allin does the coffin drop right on top of him after that. I'm like, oh my god.
And then the coffin drop into the ring there's something to be said about Darby. I know we've said it multiple times, right? That Darby's too reckless, I love this guy. I I think he is phenomenal. When he reminds me of so I'm an ECW kid, right? I was a big fan of ECW. Mikey Whipwreck, how he used to get his butt kicked and beat up and then still win and stuff. That's how Darby Allin makes me feel again. Is I wanted to see Mikey Whipwreck get his dues because of just how he was. And then when he went dastardly and stuff and hung out Tajiri and was kicked, there was something to that character, and that's kind of what Darby Allin brings out of me. And then to see arguably one of my favorite AEW guys that got called in is Brody King. I think Brody King is one amazing big man, and somebody that they should really highlight more within the AEW roster. I don't understand why it's taken this long for the Black House or House of Black to be something, because all three dudes in that that is a OP faction. OP if you really look on paper. But to see this big man beat this little dude up and this little dude to come back, I was captivated. This is definitely a thumbs up match for me on WrestleDream.
Yeah. So so Darby Allin getting the victory on this one, and we'll see him a little bit later here. Now, here we go with this one with the Young Bucks and Private Party for the World Tag Team titles.
I was pissed.
Yeah. You think this guy, and so we probably won't even see them defend the titles for the rest of the year, knowing these guys.
I have to say this. I know we give a lot of shit to the Bucks, and they're still arguably the worst.
I'm still happy to as well.
For me, they are the worst, and Ruby will say this too: worst tag team ever created.
Let's leave to the side and pose.
It's literally the offspring of the Rockers and the Hardys had a baby. And this is the BS Fruity Pebbles that was spit out in front of us. But I still have to say this. I actually enjoy the EVP. For the first time, they've made me enjoy them. I could not stand them when they came to TNA as Generation Me. Could not stand them. Ultimately, I was, boom, I've been a hater of them since then. I will tell you exactly where I was no, this team sucks. Hi, John. But Private Party is someone that I've come to enjoy. And why have they not been given? But then this is the same way I feel about Top Flight. This is the same, there's so many tag teams within AEW that haven't got the respect they deserve. Or did these guys say in a press conference, "Oh, we don't think we should ever hold the titles"? And they held I understand it's going to be making somebody, but there's guys that are already made in the company that people actually want to see and pay to see. Private Party is one of those people that we've all been fans of, and we had to watch them go through that stupid Hardy shit with Matt Hardy. Like,
Yeah.
it was so bad. That stuff was not good at all. But this is what we get is these two dweebs. I still say Matt's the better two. But these two dweebs. Hey, Justin Poole, big shout out to you, man. I heard you kicked their Sean's face in. I'm proud of you, buddy. Good job. I like Sean. Sean's still a good kid.
Well, good thing Justin Poole, because I would have been very disappointed if he didn't, because he should have.
Tied his feet together and beat him up.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you get.
Hey, you tie your feet together. Do they tie them around the post, or maybe like?
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I'm proud of Justin for doing that class action, at least getting one up, because Navi Kai took the Midwest Championship from Johnny B.
Who did?
Navi Kai did.
Oh, Navi Kai did take
Yeah.
it. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, Johnny B was good while it lasted, right? So let's
But yeah, these two goofballs.
Yeah. Let's get to John's question here real quick before we go to our next match, because we got 2 more matches to go on this. But thoughts on the Outrunners, and do they deserve a big push? Well,
I enjoy them myself. I like their flair. I like their charisma and energy. I question if they're flavor of the week, potentially, and that's it. And everybody's just hopping on them right now because they're. But since coming to AEW from OVW, they have really been standouts in my opinion. So I'm not against them getting their shot, but I don't think they're champion worthy as this time.
yeah, not at this time. I mean, I'm still just reflecting back to the '90s every time I see them. So
I'm still pissed that Private Party did not win this because I actually enjoy those two.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd rather have Top Flight. Just saying.
Matt, Nick, you're not over anymore. Stop making yourself over. Let other people make the company shine. Just sit in the back with probably one of the highest paid contracts in AEW right now. So sit back, enjoy your time, and eat. Enjoy your money, and let people push you.
John Cena's pumping his shoes up way before you dweebs order.
Yeah. Well,
hey, no problem, man. I'm glad to answer it. Like, I'm not against them.
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, I'm kind of I do like them. I do like the Outrunners. I think they're really good. I think they've got good talent potential. Will they reach at some point? I do think it's not going to be something very immediately, but I think down the road, they keep doing what they're doing. Maybe sometime next year, maybe they'll get
AEW is the perfect place for them. I'll tell you that right now.
Right. Exactly.
Like they fit the AEW mold in what it was originally supposed to be. So I'm down with what they are, but I still want to see the Acclaim with a good run.
No.
Shut.
No.
You shush. No. You shush. Top Flight's my real like. If I could
say my opinion, bro.
Top. No, I gotta twitch you down on it, man.
I'm not an old lady. Don't be shush me.
Top Flight's my favorite tag team in AEW. So get rid of Action Andretti. Get rid of Leo Rush. Actually, Leo Rush can probably stay as a manager.
Right.
And then there'll be irony.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, could they bring Leo Rush into the Hurt Business with Bobby?
Oh, that'd be so funny. I'm
actually down with that idea. Replacing Cedric Alexander with Leo Rush?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, bro.
No, it's not.
Tony Khan, write that down. Write that down. Send that to the EVPs.
Yeah.
I'll take credit for that one.
Drop the pipe, pick up the pen, write it down.
That's a good idea, I'm not going to
lie. Shoot, now what about I skipped one, didn't I? I think
we had Mark Briscoe versus
here we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This was another fun match.
Yeah. Yep. Once again, hi guys.
Hi guys. I'm sorry, Chris Jericho can do no wrong for me. Like, he has had some weird dad bod shapes. But he's a goat when it comes to reinventing himself. and being at the top tier echelon. And it's just really fun to see him be that, like, I almost want to say goofy veteran on his way out kind of thing. Like, we know this is his wind down, right? Like, we all know it. But what he's doing for guys in the whole learning tree bit and the whole, like, if you're not behind this, you're missing the point. Like, you're missing the point completely, because what Chris is doing is phenomenal. And the Jericho Vortex, and he came up short to Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe did continue to be our ROH World Heavyweight Champion. So
yes, indeed,
this was a solid match too, in my opinion. Like, it really was, except for the goofy spot, and it wasn't the wrestler's fault for the goofy spot. It was commentating for the goofy spot, talking about how Chris Jericho's head went through the table when we all saw those Mark Briscoe's shoes. Like, bro, you should just left it alone and didn't highlight it, because
yeah. But no, this is an awesome match. What was it? Was it the J driver that?
The J driver
that Mark Briscoe took, and he really popped. He really popped up after that one, and but no, this is a really good match, and
I just love seeing Briscoe on national TV. That's my favorite part, because this is one of my favorite hidden gem tag teams. Like, why the Briscoes have never been getting the love that they deserve, it baffles me, because they were both stellar, and to see Mark getting to carry this torch that him and his brother started, rest in peace, Jay. But this is one of those feel-good stories, in my opinion, in professional wrestling.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's good, and one of his biggest wins, of his singles wins of his career over Jericho, former AEW and the first ever AEW World Champion, by the way. So
correcto mundo.
Yes, sir. So now we can talk about this
match. when Moxley said he wanted to end Daniels' career, he was not lying.
No, he was
by any means.
No,
dude, those boots to the back of the shoulder blades.
Yeah. Those are pretty stiff. Those are hard.
Mox is destroying these two, pure talent, in my opinion. Two of my favorite indie darlings. I'm safe to say that Moxley found him on CZW, where he was taking a freaking rotary saw to somebody's forehead. And then, like, I started getting into it. I'm like, okay, he's the first person to make me take death matches seriously as something. Not that I agree with them, Ruby. Okay,
right.
Not that I agree with them, but he's the guy that made me go, okay, maybe there is potentially a place, but it has to be a very, very, very rare occasion thing. Like, it's a blood feud, in my opinion. And he's the guy that made me feel that way. These two tore the house down, though. They were solid main event. And the crazy part about it, I just read it to you when we first came on. Fun fact, Daniel's last match on Raw was Seth Rollins. His last match on SmackDown was Roman Reigns. And his last match as a full-time wrestler was Jon Moxley.
Yeah. So
look at Mark Briscoe's face.
Yeah. I'm about to put this up here. So this was after the fact, where Bryan Danielson got put to sleep, and so Danielson is no longer the champion. So, but see, they're saying that this ends his full-time career. So, is he gonna tease maybe coming back every once in a while? Does he?
Oh yeah, he'll be back. It's in his blood. He's gonna Ric Flair us.
He's gonna Terry Funk us.
I like that one better.
Terry Funk us is what he's gonna do.
I don't know. You could Mick Folius.
Yeah.
No, I like the Terry Funk one. We got to stick with that one.
Forever.
But no, honestly, like this match was really fun and really, really good. And I hope I'm a big fan of Daniels. I want to see him back. But if this is his final one, awesome. If it's not, we'll see how this card falls. I'm more curious. Do we talk about what happens next?
Yes, we do. We talk about how Wheeler Yuta was coming down and trying to chase off the army here of Moxley's army, and he hits Darby Allin from behind, and this is him just kind of going, "Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Am I doing the right thing?" You know,
My bad.
maybe he's just sneezed. I don't know. But then we take a look here. Look what he did.
The bag over the end.
Moxley doing it. It's Wheeler Yuta doing the freaking bag over the head with Pac looking on. Darby Allin is actually in the corner, duct taped, with his wrist duct taped. The locker room was trying to clear out. Even Jeff Jarrett tried coming down.
Yep, they had everybody out there.
Eventually, they got a lot more people out there, and they left. But before that happened, we saw this. We saw Claudio putting the boot to a chair that had Danielson's head through it. So the back of that chair was right over his neck when he stomped on.
This was a brutal beatdown.
And what about Maria Shafir over here, freaking sitting on Darby Allin, freaking over there in the corner? I just now saw that.
I mean, this little group has made her serious for me now. Like, she's not the best talker, so having a group talk for her and she just be the VA,
yeah,
that says something, because she's actually really talented in the
or the BB.
Oh, whatever, that bitch. But she's actually really good in the ring. I've been pleasantly surprised on her progression in the ring. But she was not very good at talking. And this is finally a group, because Moxley is a monster on the mic. Pac is somebody that Pac can almost put me to sleep with some of his promos. Not in a bad way. Like, the guy is just so soothing how he promos, and it's just he cuts that way, and it's beautiful. I love what?
I was going to say maybe he should start reading books on Audible or something.
I mean, maybe. But he's literally he is one of my favorite voices in professional wrestling on the mic. Like, the way he talks and the slow, methodical, like, that stuff was great. Claudio's one of my favorites. Should have been a world champion in WWE. Never happened for some reason. So it's a great group of people, and this is like, who's in charge now? Who's actually in charge? Because Moxley said, you guys don't run this place anymore.
Yeah,
is it him? Is it somebody else? Is it like, where are we going with the storyline? And how is this the first key to the storyline, getting the title?
And what was the whole deal? Like, after Moxley won the title, they put it into a black bag.
Yeah, what's going like?
Are they gonna change the belt around? Which I will say though, that title is probably one of the best looking heavyweight titles out there
100%.
right now.
100%.
I mean,
we've said it from day one.
Yeah, I mean, that belt is sharp looking,
and it's gotten better with the small rendition, variations they've done. They've actually made it better. Just like the women's title, in my opinion, became better. Since when it first got announced. I'm curious to see where this goes. I mean, there's still tremendous amounts of rumors online, but this is one of my favorite storylines within AEW. And like I told you, I think last week, if the Dynamite they gave us, and they did it again, last week's Dynamite was actually really good. If they keep giving solid Dynamites like they have been, and then redo Collision, I guess, you guys have something, because I've really enjoyed AEW the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they are making some changes here, but I still, three shows of the same brand, really. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they do have an ROH show too, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm okay with the three, but like they have to get rid of Rampage. Rampage doesn't do anything. Let's refocus storylines. They're doing that with Dynamite. They started doing it with ROH. ROH is a great. I view AEW in the sense that WWE, and they have to kind of bring some of the formula in. If they structure Collision and Dynamite correctly, that's your Raw, SmackDown, and then ROH is your development territory. There's nothing wrong with that formula.
Right.
But let's start putting the storylines to things and making us get invested in these characters, because they have AEW's had one of the best rosters when it comes to just pure talent that's been untapped. And they weren't like, there was no solid direction. Now it seems like they're really getting direction. I mean, you still got the hologram versus Beast Mortes, and it wasn't needed on this show, but whatever. It was a solid, fun match, but this is what I've been asking for. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So so that was pretty much WrestleDream once again. It's a 4-hour pay-per-view. Like I said, 5 hours on one night for just like one of your regular shows. Too much in my opinion, but we'll see what happens, because like they just try to squeeze a lot in and put a lot of guys on the card. A lot of wrestlers on the card, but we'll just see. As far as we'll see how Full Gear, I'm sure probably Full Gear is going to go for 4 hours, but who knows? Maybe they might prove me wrong. Just as a quick reminder to you guys, next week, once again, this is confirmed, will be episode number 165. The Lumberjacks will be in the studio with us, but basically just doing a recap of the night and of their last match in St. Clair that's coming up this Saturday, and we will be talking with Abe and Gabe of the Lumberjacks next week. It's for our episode once again for 165. So once again, let others know about. And like I said, that'll be in our first hour. We'll probably, like I said, we'll devote whatever time we got to them, and then of course we'll just see what other major headlines we got.
Top stories, that's it.
Yeah, basically top stories is it for next week. And then of course, like I said, we also will have the following week on the 27th, or episode of 166, Royce Adams will be joining us. Like I said, second generation wrestler, and like I said, hopefully everything's okay with him. With him being down in Florida, hopefully the hurricane didn't really cause much damage to him or his property or any of his other, like I said, that's just been a terrible mess with Hurricane Milton, and hopefully people get back up on their feet soon. So, so we're looking forward to that as well. So we've got that. And then, of course, we will have an episode number 167. As tentatively right now, we'll be reviewing Crown Jewel on that, which will be on November 3rd. We'll be reviewing that. And, of course, the major headlines and everything. And and also on this show here on the 27th, like I said, Royce Adams will be in our first hour. And then we'll be recapping Bound for Glory because that'll be on the night before. So, a lot of good and busy stuff going on, my friend. Just a lot always going on. I'm just glad it's thriving. A lot of it's making sense. A lot of it is. And a lot of it's very exciting. So it's intriguing. So there's a reason to talk about it in my book. So, like I said, if I knew of what the matches that were coming up this week, I would probably tell you what I'm really excited for, but I don't know what's going on. So, but make sure you just, Raw once again, 2 hour. I'm very satisfied with the 2-hour Raw that's back.
100%.
And I hope it stays that way on Netflix when it goes over in January. So,
like, 2 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT. It was like that was just so perfect, like smooth.
Right.
And I'm cool with 2 hours of Dynamite, 2 hours of Collision, but I'm not watching Rampage. I'm not. I don't even watch Collision really. Like I only catch highlights usually.
What's the show? What's used to put on the show for 1 hour? I mean, really, why?
I mean, they can put like 9 matches on an hour. I mean, they've done it, bro. They had like 12 matches on what was it, Dark? AEW Dark on their YouTube channel one.
Oh yeah, when they had that, yeah.
It was like an hour and a half long show, but they had like 12 matches on it. I'm not whatever, dude. I'm not against it. It is what it is, but
yeah, that was basically like a showcase anyway.
Yeah, it was during the pandemic era. So
yeah.
Respect. They were attempting to do stuff, and you can't knock them for trying.
No, you can't. Yeah. No,
you really can't. Just highlight the plus sides of it. I mean, during that time, Brandon Cutler actually was cool. So I loved Brandon Cutler back then. Him and Peter.
Yeah.
God dang it! What's his name? Peter Avalon. Those two had because they kept losing every match, and so they had a losing counter and stuff. And it was excellent stuff. It was excellent.
Yeah.
And then they kept having matches against each other, and they go to DQs because they both would fail. Good stuff. Good old AEW.
There you go, man. Well, like you said, I don't know when is IEW's next card? Do you happen to know?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
No.
But big shout out too goes to Jesse J, 5-star. Jesse J. He went through the gauntlet over there at IEW last night. I did not make it because the wife was working. The kids didn't want to go, and I'm not bringing 4 kids to a wrestling event when I had nobody as backup. And my wife's like, "Why don't you call my mother-in-law?" And I'm like, "I didn't think about that. It didn't cross my head." And my mother-in-law probably would have taken them, but it was last minute, and I wasn't doing that to her. I did have fun at the pumpkin patch with my kids today, so we just had a family weekend. But I did get the highlights from it. 5-star Jesse J won the gauntlet to become the number 1 contenders for the IEW Heavyweight Champion. So he'll be going up against the shooter Jerry Morgan next month. I think that's how it's going to happen. Maybe he holds it.
That sounds about right. Yeah. And like I said, well, we'll know more about what happened down at ACW when we get on here next week. We'll talk about that with the Lumberjacks, and just another fantastic fun show coming up for you next week. So just remember to follow, like, and subscribe. Make sure you're scanning that code that we're always scanning up there. Eventually, we'll be getting our shirts up there. I'm gonna have to fix that. Just make sure we got our shirts on display for that code, because that goes to our link tree, and then it goes to everything else that we're on there for. So, yeah, man. Anything else on your end, Z, before we get off here tonight?
Not really. Not really. Just curious to see where wrestling goes and what we're doing. How the face-off. The face-off. That's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. The face-off between Cody Rhodes and Gunther that is happening on Raw.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's for sure. To see, the guys they're gonna talk their game, but we'll, like I said, it's all gonna go down November 2nd at Crown Jewel, and see who gets that big, beautiful title that they're just gonna hold on to and not say anything about it. So who knows?
This Gunther Cody match is gonna be awesome. Have these two touched ever in another promotion? I don't think they have.
They did in the Royal Rumble.
That doesn't count, in my opinion. That's a teaser.
Yeah, Cody's got the advantage by throwing him over the top rope and making him eliminated. I think twice.
It's like when your wife
I don't want to know about that.
Never mind. That was a straight teaser, bro. That was open the window and the breeze came in.
Hey, you're creepy Tom through the curtains. Okay, yeah, thanks.
No, I was quoting a song, but I'm not going to say the rest of it.
Okay.
I've already messed up today anyway.
Oh.
I had a boo-boo on camera, and I hit the mute button, but I didn't hit. Skylar's going to enjoy that one. He's going to make fun of me. He's like, you talked on camera? Let's take us home. Thank you guys for coming to listen to us. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that notification bell if you're getting on YouTube. Even X has a notification bell. You can know anything and everything when we tag there. Facebook, I'm pretty sure, has a notification bell too when we hit things.
If it works half the time, who knows?
I don't know. But thank you all for showing up. I know it's been different. We thought we had a and then you got us doing this. We love you for staying tuned. Ruby?
Yep. Thanks for joining us, guys. Episode number 164. See you next week, number 165. Until then, have a great week. And we will see you then. See you guys.